Just a quick disclaimer. This video is entirely educational. What I'm showing is simply an example, not any kind of financial guidance. Everyone's outcomes vary, so take it as a reference to learn from. When I first jumped into crypto, I had no plan. I was just glued to the headlines and throwing money at whatever looked hot. For a while, it felt like luck was on my side. My balance kept climbing. Then one nasty crash wiped it all out overnight. That hit made it obvious. I didn't have a repeatable system. I almost skipped a painfully simple routine I later found, but turning it into daily practice changed everything. Discipline beat impulse. I cut out the noise, and I stuck to the process. That habit made my results steady. I'll walk you through the full method, step by step. But before we jump headfirst into the system, there's one roadblock you've got to know about. It's the same spot where most newcomers stumble. I still remember opening Pump Fund for the first time and thinking, wow, this looks way too easy. The interface was so smooth, it gave me fake confidence, like I had everything figured out. But as I went deeper, tiny glitches started creeping in under the surface. They didn't look serious at first, but those small issues can snowball fast if you're not ready. So before we go any further, let's iron them out and keep your setup running clean. Go ahead and open Photon, then set the filter to Pump Fund. Instantly, you'll see a never-ending rush of tokens flying across your screen. It feels like watching a highway jam packed at top speed. They keep appearing one after another, giving you barely a second to react. Everything updates live, without a single pause or delay. Hesitate even for a moment, and you'll miss it completely. This stage is all about staying locked in and moving fast. Now flip the filter over to Radium CPMM, and you'll instantly feel the difference. The wild flow calms down, turning into a more controlled rhythm. Tokens start rolling in one at a time, giving you space to read the charts and actually process what's happening. Liquidity looks balanced, volume moves smoothly, and the caps stay steady. This is where seasoned traders usually operate. Stick around, I'll walk you through how to pick out the setups that truly stand out. When I first thought about launching my own token, it honestly felt like some elite-level mission, something only hardcore developers could pull off. I imagined myself buried in smart contract code for weeks, bouncing between failed tutorials and confusing scripts. I figured it'd either drain my time or my wallet if I hired someone else. But then I found Moontool, and it flipped the whole narrative. No coding, no chaos. Just fill in your details, adjust a few options, and your token's live. If you've ever made a social media account, you're already ahead of the curve. Since then, I've rolled out multiple tokens, and what used to look like an impossible grind turned out to be surprisingly effortless. Before you do anything else, you'll need a logo, basically the visual signature of your token. I usually handle mine in Canva since it's easy to navigate and still delivers a crisp, polished result. Your design can draw from any idea, trend, or character that catches your attention. I'll be using this little friend named Alfred from the game Grounded. He's quite adorable as a mascot. After you upload the image, make sure it's set to 128 by 128 pixels. Take a moment to really inspect it. If anything looks a bit fuzzy, off-center, or stretched, fix those details until the image is crisp and balanced. Those small tweaks seriously level up how professional your token looks. When it's perfect, save the file and move on. Open Moontool and link it to your Phantom wallet. The connection should complete almost instantly. On the setup screen, enter Alfred as the token name and ALP as the symbol. The description field is optional, so you can skip it if you'd like. Then upload the logo you made in Canva. Double-check that it's sharp and properly centered, and click Next to continue. You don't need to touch the decimals or total supply. Moontool automatically handles all of that for you. Everything runs behind the scenes, so there's no coding or manual setup involved. Once the process finishes, just hit Next to continue. The verification step might show a small 0.1 Solana charge, but don't overthink it. That part's optional. I usually decline it right away and continue by clicking Next. Keeps the process smooth and fast. If you've already built a small following or set up a page for your project, this section is where you can drop those links. It helps new users discover your work and keep up with updates. And if you don't have anything ready yet, that's totally fine. Radium doesn't require it. Just hit skip and continue. At this point, you'll notice a 0.3 Solana fee. Think of it as a permanent safeguard for your token. It automatically disables the freeze, mint, and update options, locking your contract forever. No one, not even you, can make changes after this. It's a strong step toward making your project more reliable and trustworthy. Once that's done, click Launch my token now to finalize everything. Pause here for a moment. This is a crucial checkpoint. Your wallet will prompt you to confirm the transaction, so just press confirm. A few more windows may show up afterward, but that's completely normal since the system's verifying your action. After it's done, your token launches instantly and becomes permanently sealed on the blockchain for good. Now it's time to move on to the liquidity setup. Open up Radium and start creating a brand new pool from scratch. The interface is super intuitive. Every step is clearly labeled. So even if this is your first time setting one up, you'll glide through the process without any hassle. Head over to the User Token tab and paste your contract address carefully. Even a single typo will break the connection completely. Double check it before continuing. Then, type ALP as the symbol and alphid as the token name. Click Add User Token to make sure Radium recognizes it properly. Once that's saved, you can move on to setting up liquidity. Out of your total supply of 1 billion tokens, I recommend pairing roughly 900 million with Solana. That balance keeps trades steady, boosts early volume, and helps your project start off with momentum. This is the stage where you decide how much Solana you want to connect to your token. Personally, I usually hit the max button to allocate nearly everything, but I always leave about 0.2 Solana untouched to cover future gas fees. That small reserve saves you from running into approval errors or stuck transactions later on. Once that's squared away, it's time to pick your trade fee. I typically go with 2% since it creates a good balance between consistent trading activity and solid liquidity growth over time. Of course, you can tweak it to fit your own project strategy. You've reached the closing step. Press Initialize Liquidity Pool, and your wallet will bring up a quick confirmation screen. Approve the action, then wait a few seconds for it to finalize. After that, your token's out in the open on Solana, active, visible, and ready for anyone to start trading. Open Photon one more time, and make sure the Radium filter is active. This ensures you're only seeing newly listed tokens. Scroll carefully through the list, and when your token appears, that's confirmation it's live and ready for trading. Time to pull up your token on the charts. Grab its contract address from Moontool. Head over to Dex Screener, select any token, and replace that token's address in the URL with yours. Your token's graph should appear. Expect some bot activity at first, but once the line trends upward, it's showing real engagement. Keep tracking it. Okay, at this stage, we need to pay attention to the time invested. Keep an eye on the market cap. Notice how the chart has risen. It's been incredible in such a short time. Small movements by investors can make a big difference, so stay alert and precise. When all the numbers match up, we can move on to the next section. It's reward time. Head into Radium and confirm your wallet is hooked up. Tap Connect at the top if it isn't. In the Liquidity tab, go to Liquidity Position and hit minus. That's the quickest way to pull your tokens out of the liquidity pool. Slide it all the way to 100% to pull out your entire stake. Take a look at the Solana total below. That's what you'll get. Hit Remove Liquidity, approve with your wallet, and you're finished. Radium handles the rest automatically. Want speedy results? This method works well. 90% of the coins created this way see rapid growth. Our own token hit the mark, and jumping in early, or launching one yourself, can push things further. Quick moves earn gains, slow ones get left behind. By the way, I'm not affiliated with Moontool, Photon, or Radium. This is purely educational. Check the description and pinned comment for all the links.